Here we are at step 12, and this basically completes the journey through the steps. And step 12, as it was written, is having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to others and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Now, when you hear the word affair, just for some of you young folks, it's just in all of our dealings. Affairs also meant dealings the way people used to speak. Today, I think all people think affairs is running around with someone who isn't your spouse or someone who is someone else's spouse. That's not what it means. I don't advise doing that anyway. It can get you in a lot of trouble. Having had a spiritual awakening. Now, there are people who say, oh, well, like a spiritual experience, and I've had quite a few, but no. What they really mean by spiritual awakening is that by working through the steps, coming into your recovery, becoming aware, coming back to life. And having had that, the idea is carrying the message and practicing principles. And what principles are we talking? We're talking the principles we've been trying to develop here. Principles of honesty, to be trustworthy, to be responsible, to be a person who chooses to do the right thing. It's really that simple. Some of these principles are discussed through the steps. Some come through our experiences and through other things, through meetings, but we come to understand the main principles being honesty, justice, fairness, being productive, staying in recovery. And to extend these principles not only to our work on ourselves, but to how we live our lives, to develop the reputation through our actions, the reputation of being an honest, trustworthy, truthful individual, a reliable, dependable person. See, this is the step where what we're doing is acknowledging that we are becoming the people we want to be and now taking it into the world, making it part of our lives, letting our lives reflect us, not as the old sick person who is living hell, but the healthy person who is basically a living Asgard. Well, that's what heathens call it. You pick your own words there. So in step 12, we also have another thing, and that is carrying the message. And we carry the message. What message? Well, in the old reading and writing on these steps, it was the message of Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous or whatever the group is. But once again, with good heathen thinking, we're going to go and take that a step further. The message we want to carry is the message of us, of people with a better life, who are into better living, who are positive, who are making the world a better place by our presence, who are making a good difference in everything we do. That's the message. Not just the message of a recovery group, but we're carrying the message of our own being, of our own beliefs. If you're heathen, you're carrying the message not only of recovery, but of Asgard, of the gods and goddesses. The pagans, you're carrying the message of your gods and goddesses. Metaphysicians carrying the message of the one mind. You know, this is the idea that who we are is the message we bring, because we've become healthy. We've become positive. We've become people who reflect and express the best in ourselves and our beliefs. So with step 12 now, we're ready to be that beacon of something greater in the world. For heathens to honor the gods by doing honorable things. You know, you don't honor the gods by having rituals and stuff. They're nice way to get people together. And that's chump change compared to honoring the gods by your actions, your thoughts, by the example you set. When you use wisdom, you honor Odin. When you express goodwill, when you are generous, you're expressing Thor. When you're making wise decisions, when you're committed to winning, when you're bringing it all together, that's tear. When you're showing love, caring, kindness, you're expressing Frigga. When you also show the other love that brings people together, that attracts, you're honoring Freya. And we could go on through the whole pantheon. What part of step 12 is, you honor the gods by your own honorable actions. There's no mystery here. None of this, all of a sudden the skies open up and a beacon of light comes. The journey's not over. In effect, to paraphrase Winston Churchill, this is just the end of the beginning of the rest of your life. You've been given the tools, you're here. As I once heard it said, take your life and make it a miracle. This is Uncle Thor, and I want to wish you a happy and successful recovery. Signing out.